Okay, so over these past couple of months in quarantine, I've really been relying on a collection of items to get me through these crazy times. Some of them big, some are small, but at the end of the day, they've all made some sort of huge impact on me. I'll also have them linked down below so you can easily find them as well. I can't even begin to explain how much this book has helped me as a creative. It was so refreshing to hear about the common worries and struggles that I constantly faced from an author that looked at it in a completely different light. It made me feel inspired, got me out of a rut, and really just changed my whole perspective on why creativity and passion is so important. I feel like I go through waves of being inspired and then not inspired and so on and so forth. Here is just a paragraph that I highlighted that I felt really just kind of resonated with me. This is a gift that my friend actually got me for my birthday. It's a guided journal with a whole bunch of interesting prompts that really get you thinking about life and what to be grateful for. She leaves little fun facts of her life from her memoir all throughout the journal. I filled out a whole bunch of entries in this journal and I absolutely love the prompts that are included. If you're a big fan of journaling, I highly recommend. Definitely worth checking out. Thank you to Owaves for sponsoring this video and for coming out with this free app that I've been using as my digital planner for the last month or so. One of the hardest things that I struggle with is time blocking. It's something that I've been trying to work on, and using this app helps out so much. I used to just kind of spontaneously map out my days, but I find that knowing what you have to do and having a set routine in place helps ease so much stress and anxiety about what to do next. And I honestly get way more work done now. So I'll show you guys how I use this app to plan out my routines. We're going to go ahead and finish planning out my schedule for today. This app is super easy to use. As you can see here, I'm just putting in the little sections of activities. You can customize emojis to really personalize your tasks and rename them as well. You can also customize the photo that you have in the middle. I don't have an Apple Watch, but for those of you that do, Owaves is also compatible on that device as well, along with your Google, Outlook, and Apple calendars. And let's just say that you want to repeat one of your routines. You can actually go ahead and save your day plans, which is super useful. Here's just some of the routines that I've created and saved for myself. I have one that I repeat every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I find that the schedule works the best for me in terms of getting work done. Then I have my wind down routine, which repeats every Friday. Other days don't have anything set, just so I can plan it out the night before. You can also track your vitals, so you can see how much of the day you dedicate to whichever activity. Owaves is also adding this new feature on their app called My Moai, which lets you see what your friends and family members are up to during their day. Ever since the pandemic started, it's been really difficult to meet up with friends, so having this feature of seeing what everyone is up to has been so helpful during these isolating times. I'm a huge fan of this app. It's honestly my new favorite way of planning out my days. What's really awesome is that you guys will be one of the first ones to try out My Moai. It won't be publicly available until the end of October, so you guys have to use my link in order to get exclusive access and be one of the first 1,000 people to try their new social feature. You will have to download the Test Flight app first in order to access Owaves, and be sure to follow me on there so you can see what I'm up to as well. This purchase is a little bit more on the pricier side, but it is so worth it if you listen to music all the time like me. I don't go a single day without listening to music, and having a quality speaker just changes your life. It's super easy to pair up with your device, and the battery life is insanely long. When you have the speaker, it's going to be so easy for you to romanticize every part of your life because it's just that good. I'm telling you, when you hear the sound quality in real life, you're going to be blown away. If you're thinking about getting the Apple Pencil along with your new iPad for back to school, I say go for it. As someone that uses theirs for writing notes and sketching all the time, it's well worth it for me. If it's within your budget range and you don't mind spending a little bit more for this little luxury, you're definitely going to have lots of fun with it. I'm always on Procreate drawing something. I bought this little Catchall Dish from Urban Outfitters a couple years ago, and it's been such a staple decor piece. As someone that wears jewelry almost every day and has a tendency to misplace things, it's nice to have one spot dedicated to all my little accessories. Before, I would kind of have my jewelry all over the place and I would lose it, which would be a really big yikes because some of them were expensive pieces. So this Catchall Dish has really saved me from spending more money on repurchasing things. As someone that struggles with having sensitive and dry skin, I always have to do my research and be super cautious about new products that I implement. The Clean Up Balm has been one of my staple pieces. I tend to like to swap things in and out, but sometimes there are just a few products that must stay because my skin just loves it so much. This makeup remover takes off my makeup so well and doesn't make my skin feel dry, which is an issue that I have with a lot of cleansers for some reason. If you're looking for a new cleanser, this could be the one for you. During my second year of uni, I was dealing with a lot of stress, and the one thing that I always relied on was my pimple patches. Without fail, they never let me down. If you keep up with my videos, you know that I talk about these 24/7, and it's because they're such a game changer. I own a lot of COSRX products. I am like a huge fan of their brand, but these pimple patches will always be my number one. You essentially just stick one of these little patches on a ruptured pimple, go to sleep with it on, and the next day all the pus will be sucked right out. A miracle worker. Okay, this Q&A book has been with me since 2016, a long ass time. It's supposed to be a 5-year journal that encourages you to write down an answer to their question every day. It's essentially like a written time capsule. It's meant for you to see how much you've changed and grown throughout the years. It's a good little piece to have if you have the patience and consistency to keep up with. If you're having a hard time thinking of gifts to get for your friends or family, this little Q&A book could be a good idea. I don't know why it took me so long to get a Crave subscription since I've been an HBO fan for like the longest time. The Crave section is so insane. There's so many shows on here that I haven't heard of before, so I'm excited to get through them. I gather a lot of inspiration from watching shows, and it helps me out with content creating and coming up with creative ideas. So many of my favorite TV shows are produced by HBO, and I've honestly been running out of things to watch on Netflix. Right now, I'm in the middle of watching Succession and Love Life. Both are immaculately produced and they're super binge worthy. And that's basically it for some things that have made my life a lot easier and much more fun. I would love to know about some things that have improved your life. Feel free to leave them down below, and as always, thank you so much for watching.